किसी प्रकार न टूटे। दास तेरे की कि I'm in such a deep love with you that by no means this relationship of love between you and me, oh my beloved, can be broken. This love relationship cannot be broken. The bond is so strong. The love between me and you is so deep. That has made me tender and humble. दास तेरे की talking to divine that because I'm in love with you, I have become pure, I have become humble, I have become tender. Mr. Deviana asked me this question. He said, how I can get rid of my anger and replace that with love. How can the anger be replaced with love? What is love, first of all? Love. We are pure consciousness beyond the mind, where the consciousness is pure, and the consciousness of the mind is impure, worldly consciousness. And all the worldly pleasures remain limited to the mind. They do not reach us. They remain limited to the senses. They do not go beyond the senses. While we are souls, we are beyond the senses. So any worldly pleasure, any worldly comfort remains only on the surface, on the mental consciousness. That's why we always remain hungry, thirsty, unfulfilled. uncontent, unhappy, unsatisfied, un. But when He becomes merciful upon us, and He, through the Word, He gives us the understanding. He gives us the Word, and we recite the Word, and the Word awakens our love for the Divine, and gradually the Divine manifests. The Divine reveals Himself within us. And when the Divine reveals Himself in the state of the present, and we feel Him, how do we feel Him? When our consciousness touches Him where He is within us, when He touches our consciousness, that mental consciousness which gets touched by Him becomes pure. Just with His touch. And that mental consciousness which was impure and limited to the mind becomes pure, and pure consciousness is all tender and humble. And the mental consciousness which got touched by Him, whatever portion of the mental consciousness, because right away we do not become fully focused on Him. Part of our consciousness gets touched by Him, and the rest remains away from Him. So only that part of the consciousness which gets touched by Him becomes pure, and then that pure consciousness has the same qualities as of the Divine. Divine is love, compassion, grace, mercy. And that's world fools ourselves, themselves and others by keep repeating, I love you, I love you. There cannot be any love in the mental consciousness, because mental consciousness is limited to those five senses for self-gratification. So there are only selfishness in all the worldly relationships. That's why we cannot become content. So in order to get rid of the anger, and our consciousness must remain with Him, so that He can purify it and get the anger out, transform the anger and energy into the compassion energy, and that lust energy into the love energy. Love, so that love which gets lodged in our consciousness with the touch of the Divine, that is love. So love can only happen in the pure consciousness. In the pure consciousness. And then we become tender, humble, loving, compassionate, all those. And this is love, and that love is beyond the senses. That love, in that love, there is no desire, there is no lust, there is no selfishness. It's just pure love. Pure love. So, it's not possible that we can have love in our consciousness and we do not love everybody and everything in the universe, because it's all Him and it's all consciousness. Consciousness has assumed all forms, and when our consciousness, that mental consciousness, becomes pure, we become like. And another one thing is that the love does not have any desires, any so-called worldly desires or any desire at all. Secondly, in worldly relationships, all relationships they fade with time. But this, because there was no love to begin with, that was selfishness. But this is love between us and Him. Because this is love, and the proof of love is that love grows. Its nature is to grow. So the relationship between us and Him automatically grows. So the love grows, the relationship becomes intensified. हर रोज अपना तो उन्हां दा रिश्ता गूढ़ा हुंदा जांदा और प्यार डूंगा पैंदा जांदा, और जदों कि दुनियावी हर रोज रिश्ता फिक्का पैंदा जांदा. So these are two different. So the whole game is to transform our consciousness, which has been given to us by the world. We have been robbed of our true nature, which is His nature. And this love, clearly, the love comes from Him. Love cannot be, we cannot create love. Love, where does the love come from? From His touch. From His touch. And if we are not touched by Him, there cannot be any love. Babaji can make. So we all want love in us, so that there would be no anger, no greed, no. So we will become like a flower who is embodiment of love, who just distributes His fragrance, His beauty, His laughter, His colorfulness. Maharaj ji कहते कि जित घर वसैं तू ही विद जान, बीजो महल न जापै. And whosoever house and whomsoever's heart you reveal yourself, only you know how did that miracle happen. Only you know. Nobody else. And only to that person you would give the understanding of where do you dwell in this house, in this body. Others, nobody can have any inkling of your mention in the human body. Only those will have upon whom you become mercy. Upon whom I become pleased with, I unlock the secrets of this relationship and of this union. Maharaj Ji कहते कि unless the divine is manifest within, nobody can understand this love story, the secret of transformation of human consciousness. And the whole world is buried under delusion. The whole world is buried under delusion, is buried in darkness. Satgur bajo samjh na hoi sat. Ji, but story that he has been our companion throughout the ages, but we never got to know him. He remained a stranger to us. And because he remained stranger to us, our consciousness became the way it is, impure consciousness. And because we did not recognize him, because we did not meet him, because we did not unite with him, we did not become, our consciousness did not become pure, and we never came to know the tenderness, the humility, the gracefulness of our own consciousness. They remained buried within us. They were there, but they remained buried. Because you remained a stranger to me, my real qualities of humility, tenderness, they remain buried within. The body we are contemplating upon. Yesterday Maharaji said that my form is true. My form, the word. The word is the power of God. The word which is the embodiment of power of God and of sound and light. Maharaji says that the word is forever. It's eternal, it's unchangeable, and it's indestructible. Then he says, ਕਿ ਇਹ ਫੋਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਕਤ, ਉਹ ਤਾਕਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ, that too, the power in the word again. First he said that the form is true, means it's eternal, unchangeable, and indestructible. Then he says that the power of the word is true. First was the form is true, then he says the power is true. It's forever, unchangeable, and indestructible. We see, when we hear that he has shown to the scientists that even today he is creating new planets and new suns and moons and galaxies. So we understand that yes, today he is creating too. But he's right here where we live. He is creating every day. He is creating new children, new animals, new birds, new everything new. He is creating something and then destroying something. So this is our job. So here on the platform of the world, the, his creation is, some is coming new and some is leaving right here. कोई आ रहा है, कोई जा रहा है. He is creating, he is sustaining some and then he is destroying. Maharaj ji can think whatever is happening, whatever is being created or how it is being sustained or how it is destroyed, everything is happening because of the Word. It's the Word who is doing everything. He creates a tree, makes it grow, makes it... And the tree grows because of the Word. The tree is green, is alive because of the Word. The tree bears flowers, fruit because of the Word, because of the power. And he says, करतूत सत्य समझा की बात बहुत ही ऐसी चीज न समझना. He says true is his sound. He says that in the world there is power of God, sound and light. Whatever is, wherever the sound emerges, it's because of that word. Because God is perfect, so there is no type of sound which remains outside of the sounds which are being created in the universe. Because He is perfect. So everything, all types of sounds are in the universe. What a play, what a... He says every type of sound in the universe which is happening or happened or going to happen is emerging out of that sound which is there in the world. The नाल ये दूसरी चीज कि जिन्ने भी किस्म दी लाइट, and then it also means that all types of lights in the universe are because of the light in the world. And every type of light, there may be sun, every type of light is because of the light in the world. So we can see that how all pervading He is. Okay, whatever is happening, all the sounds, all the lights, everything, all the actions is because of Him. करतूत सत्य जाकी, करतूत सत्य सत्य जाकी बाणी. Consciousness becomes pure. Then what is left? आप गया था आप पे पे. Maharaj ji says, when your ego leaves you, what is left behind is the divine. When we become egoless, आप गया तो आप ही पे. When there is no ego in us, then this body is Him. He created it out of Himself. This body is Him. The pure consciousness which will be left behind is Him. And whatever that pure consciousness will do will be done by Him. So then we would be no more. We actually are not, it's just our ego. And Jokushi, whatever is happening, whatever is being created on the earth It's nothing but his signature on himself. Whatever is being created on the earth, it's his signature on himself, because earth is himself too. Odi rachnae dasikte ode Jiyo dehi ape ute Odi rachna hai dasikte ode Jiyo dehi on himself, whatever he is creating, that's his signature on himself, by himself. Whatever he is creating, it's his signature on himself, by himself. When our mental mind's consciousness touches the divine in the state of the present, what happens? When he touches our mental consciousness, what happens? He signs our mental consciousness. He signs our mental consciousness, and because of his signature, our mental consciousness becomes pure. Pure. Sign for what a play, what a play. So Babaji said that if you want to recognize me within you and without you everywhere, you have to become tender and humble, egoless, and that can only happen if you remain focused in the present on me through the word. By staying with the word, remain focused on me, and I will transform your consciousness, and will give you new eyes, new consciousness. Those new eyes will recognize, not these. So Babaji said that become utterly humble, become utterly loving. Make sure that you never hurt anyone. He says, Sabna man manak. Babaji says all hearts are so priceless, precious. All hearts are priceless jewels because I dwell there. So all hearts, he says, because I dwell there, I dwell in the hearts. So all hearts are precious jewels. Make sure you never break any heart. Make sure you never break. If you want to meet him, he says, Sabna man manik thahan mool majangwa. Than tona, mool bilkul majangwa changa nahi. कहते किसी all hearts are so precious और किसी दिल ਨੂੰ ਮਿਟਾਉਣਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਕਈ ਚੰਗਾ he says all hearts are so precious because I dwell there, so breaking any heart is totally unacceptable too. So never break any heart. If you are longing for me, if you're longing to meet me, then there is a condition, he says. What is the condition? Never break any heart. This is my condition. Never break. Jeta piryadi sikh aao. If in your heart there is a longing to meet me, then make sure that no heart gets broken. What he is saying? He is saying that as long as you keep breaking other hearts, and that will only happen because of your ego, you will never become pure. You will remain impure, your consciousness will remain impure. And because you will never become pure, you will never know what tenderness is. You will never know what humility is. You will never know what's that state where there is no ego left. You would never know yourself. You would never know the so precious jewels which remain buried within you. You would never come to know about your real wealth. That is your real wealth, not these walls and bricks and dirt and factories. That's not the wealth. Those are just. Real wealth is buried within us, and that is real wealth, for which no price can be attached to. And that wealth cannot be bought or borrowed or created. That wealth is His blessing to us. And unless and until we dig that wealth out, we would never know what human life, what a gift of human life was. We would leave this world without knowing who I was. What a beautiful thing, if you will, I was. What a beautiful creation. What a miracle. I was a miracle He created. A miracle. But unless I unearth that real wealth, I would never know myself. I would never know what life is. So Maharaj said the whole world is buried in darkness. They come in darkness, they come, live in darkness and leave in darkness. They never get to know what wealth they had, who they were. They would never know what life is. Sajjana, you will never meet life without meeting Him. You will never meet life without meeting Him. The Divine has been very merciful and He has sent very so beautiful souls to souls here, and it's our pleasure to sit with them. This Mr. Deviana and Madam Miriam, the Bolivia के जो Germany ambassador Madam Elizabeth who I burning to and Madam Elizabeth who is Bolivian ambassador in Germany. She is here. She came from Berlin. Mara is here. Daniel, Milan, Ivana, and Miriam. You are most